Hi, trombone players. This is Mrs. Geist, and we are going to play the songs out of the yellow book, starting on page 30. We're going to start with Lightly Row, and I want to make sure that you guys are using a big full sound, tonguing every single note, including the first one. And then I want you to connect as well as you can and go as many measures as possible. Lots of air. Here we go from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, go. Good. That was my son playing. He obviously sounds better than I do. All right. So happy practicing. You can go a little bit faster later on if you want, but right now think about solid full sound and connecting. Now look at Frere Jacques. Most of us got to this in class and we talked about eighth notes. If not, the second line of Frere Jacques, they just go twice as fast. And they're called eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Now ignore what the little line means. It looks like a tie, but it's not. Just ignore that for now. Trombone players really don't talk about that till very late. Maybe you're, freshman year in high school. You don't need to worry about that right now. All right, here's Frere Jacques. And remember your B flats and E flats. 1, 2, 3, and go. All in first, right there. So the last two measures are all in first position. Low, high, low. All right, then the next one is Ode to Joy. There, again, no new notes on this one. Look at the last measure of the first line and the last measure of the second line. Some of us got to that dotted quarter note. Go ahead and say dotted quarter note. It's different than a dotted half note, and it's going to get 1.5 beats. You don't really need to know that yet. But then the note after the dotted quarter note is an eighth note by itself. So look at that measure. Here's the tempo. Here's how it sounds. Listen, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Listen to it again. Ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And you'll hear it in the song as he plays it. So here's Ode to Joy. 2, 3, here we go. Good, and make sure you hold it all the way out. Good, good, good. So that dotted quarter note, 1.5 beats. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So it's kind of fun. Now our next one I gave you is number 5. So, oh, When the Saints Go Marching In. And let me see. I don't think there's any. Nope, there's not a new note. Some of you will see that tie. I know you're used to seeing 2 whole notes tied together, but that's going to get 5 counts because you have a whole note tied to a quarter note. So hold that for 5 counts. Also, some of you had questions about that funny looking sign. That is a quarter rest. On the second line is a quarter rest. Mine just looked different on the board. So don't let that fool you. That is a quarter rest. It looks like a lightning bolt. Then on the third line down, you have a half rest. Remember a hat? That looks like a hat, so it's a half rest. 2 counts. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to give you ready, go, and then you're going to play. Ready? Ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. go. Good. Now, the next one, you can go ahead and practice RLE by yourself. That's kind of fun. There are no new notes on that one. So turn the page to Old Macdonald. Only one kind of note that we play in class, but you just haven't seen it very much. It's the 6th note in your blue book. Okay, it's the last high note. Okay, it's not high if you practice. All right, it's pretty easy to get out. But if you don't practice, that high G, 4th position, is kind of hard. You have to tighten your corners and make sure your bottom lip, right? Your bottom lip has to move and just push more air through it. So here's Old Macdonald, number 8. 1, 2, ready, and. Get up high on this one. Good. Now make sure that top line there, the last measure of the top line, 3 counts, right? In band class, we kind of held that for 4. So only 3 counts, and then you come in again. All right, here's Twinkle Twinkle. Again, that high note, go for that 4th position. We're going to go a little bit faster on this one. 1, 2, ready, and. Big breath. Big sound. Good. So we always want to work on getting a big breath and going as far as we can and playing with a big, full, strong sound right now. All right, look at Jolly Old St. Nicholas. For some of us, we got to this. Let me explain it really fast. There is a repeat sign at the beginning that's really not supposed to be there, but he just wanted to remind you where to repeat back to. But you're never going to see that in like real music. You're never going to see that repeat sign at the beginning. So if you keep going to the 2nd line, you're going to see something that has a 1 with the box around it. That is called a first ending. E-N-D-I-N-G. Not ending like a baseball game, but first ending. And at the end of the first ending is a repeat sign. And yes, we go back to the other repeat sign or the beginning. We play it again, but we don't play the first ending. We skip it and we go to the 2nd ending. And hopefully you can follow along with that. Again, Jolly Old St. Nicholas starts high. So if you start a partial low, the whole song is going to be messed up. So you have to play that. Carson, play the high note for them. Here's your G, 4th position. Listen. So that's the beginning of Jolly Old St. Nicholas. So start high. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Half rest. First ending. Beginning. Big breath. 2nd ending, 2nd ending. Now remember, after you play a while, what do we have to do in order to not get that gurgle in our instrument, right? That gurgle is from not cleaning out your spit valve. So your spit valve has to be cleaned out. This is a good time to do it, all right? And make sure it doesn't gurgle there. Now in class, I always forget to talk about that because I'm in a hurry, but make sure you clean out your spit. All right, I know I didn't give it to you, but you can try Go Team Go. There's just one new note in there. It's on the 2nd measure, and it says E, kind of that funky sign. We've never talked about that before, but that is called E natural, just E. Not E flat like we've been playing this whole time, but this is just an E or E natural. So it's in 2nd position, and 2nd position is not too far out. It's between 1 and 3. So just take a look at it. I know there's a bunch of new stuff. We haven't talked about the little dots. We haven't talked about the 8th note by itself. But if you've been to a football game, you know what this sounds like. So listen to it. Bop, 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 bop. ba, ba. Go ahead and give it a shot. First position, fourth position, third, and second. And go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So kind of fun if you want to try that and work on something new. Those dots, I did talk to a couple schools about it. The dots mean staccato. It's a big word. Staccato means play it short, but still tongue. You still have to use your tongue. All right, next page. Skip to my Lou. This one's a fun one. And there's a set of eighth notes that we talked about. They're twice as fast. I think most schools got to that. They're just twice as fast. You'll get it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Remember to tongue everything, right? We want a crispy tongue. Now, I would stop the recording and rehearse some of these, practice it, and then play along with it again. But don't just play along with it and make mistakes. Go ahead and stop the recording, practice a little bit, and then play along with it again. All right, turn the page this time. We're going to do Yankee Doodle. I think that's the last one I gave you guys. But I'm going to do another one because it's kind of fun. Now, Yankee Doodle. Oh, you know what? I'm missing something here. There was a new note somewhere. Oh, skip to my Lou. Totally forgot to show you a new note there. So look at skip to my Lou again. 1, 2, 3. The third measure is an A. That is going to be second position also, but it's low. So you have to loosen up, relax your muscles, and play low A, which is second position. Now, some of you were very studious and already looked through your whole entire book. So if you've looked at your book, you'll notice that the second to last page has all your notes in it. And you can find those notes that you don't know yet, and you can study them and learn them by yourself. So that is the second to last page, kind of like your blue book where we always have that open. Kind of a good idea now to have that yellow book open too in the last page. So Skip to My Lou had a new note in it. I'm so sorry I forgot to tell you that before we played. That would have been nice. All right, the next one is Yankee Doodle. And this one's a fun one. It's got that high note, but everything else. Oh, it's got another new note. Yay! So we just talked about low A, second position. Now look at measure. We've talked about measure, so you should be able to find them. Look in measure 6. In measure 6, the first note is a high A. So it's A flat. So third position, that one's A flat. We'll talk about why later, but just know that one is in high third position. Pretty fun, and I know some of you will practice this and have so much fun with it. If you're listening to this right now, thank you for spending time and practicing. I appreciate it. So that is a high A flat in their third position. All right, here we go. Ba, ba. You have to tighten your corners for that and blow lots of air. Remember, we talked about that bottom lip moving too. 1, 2, and ready. Third position. Quarter rest. All right, so really fast. My son's going to play a low A flat, which is third position. Listen. Then he's going to go to an E flat, the one that we play all the time. Listen to the E flat, which is also third position. And then he's going to play high A flat, which is also third position. Listen. Now, something really fun to practice is all 3 of those notes in third position. You can go ahead and use your tongue on all these. Listen, he's going to play all 3. Third position, listen. Listen again and see if you can mimic that. that's a fun exercise you can do in every position, not just third. He's going to do it now in fourth position, which we're used to playing G. But listen to this. You can play 3 different notes. So that low note is just opening up your teeth, relaxing, blow less air, like slower air, and that will give you those 3 notes. And you can play it on every position. How about one more? How about on first position? First position is a little tricky because it's kind of high, but listen. So if you heard him take a big gulp of air, that is how you're going to get those high notes, is just pushing air through it. Now, just a fun one that I did not talk about in band class, but I know my practicers are going to want to know it. It's really fun. It's number 22, William Tell Overture. Dot, 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 dot. And this one's hard because it's got 2 high notes. And actually, it's got 3 high notes. Wow. We're going to play it anyway because I know some of you will look up those notes and figure it out. Here we go from the beginning. 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. Listen to the tongue. All right, so that is a tricky one, but I know some of you can work on it. Again, thank you for going through this and practicing it, and I hope you have a great break, and I can't wait to see you soon. All right, bye.